Well, hello everybody. Welcome to Friday Night Flights. Tonight we will be taking off from Brazil and we're checking out some of these new world updates that have been added. And we got the whole gang here from msflights.net. And like usual, if anybody would like to join us, please, all the information is at the bottom of the description for the video. And you'll be able to hop in whatever airplane we're in, whatever airport we're at. And you can fly along with us. We always have a good time. We keep it pretty casual. But yes, please enjoy the flight. We're going to be taking off in about maybe 4 minutes. So, Wingnut, did you ever figure out the that Discord overlay thing?
Oh yeah, I did. Thanks. Yeah, I did find it. Wanted me to explain why I took it off like you said.
Yeah, it's like, well, it's because you added it without me asking. I don't like that.
There
I
you
mean, go ahead and tell me about it, but don't just turn it on.
I just left it. I just clicked other and disregarded the. I didn't feel like making a comment, so I left other and disregarded the.
Come on. What the heck? Shut off already.
Boy, we're starting out with all kinds of issues tonight.
Well, I bought me a new airplane today. Cessna 357, I think it was, or C357.
Really? You had a chance to check it out yet?
Yeah, I flew it a few times today in different places. It don't have the power this one does. I think its max cruise is between 140 and 150.
Oh, nice.
It's got the prop in front and the one in back, and the booms go back to the two tails.
Interesting.
I'll stick a picture of it in there in a minute.
Have they updated that yet for 2024, or is it just the 2020 version?
Now this one works in both.
Well, I know it works in both because I have it in both. I'm just wondering if it's been updated to like have the walk around stuff that you got to do and the EFB and stuff like that in that yet. Because I haven't seen any of the Carinado planes that they've done that with yet. Okay, so let's set the autopilot.
And we'll do it that way.
Okay, copy that.
How about we do it that way?
You mean doing it that way?
That's the way. That is an interesting looking airplane. I like that. Pretty, it's kind of high tech
Like
looking.
a push-pull, got the prop in front and in back.
Huh,
Yeah,
interesting.
you'd think with two props it'd be faster.
You would think. I like the dual tail kind of a situation.
It flies good. I enjoy flying it. It don't have the power this one does though.
Now that one, if I remember, does not have the autopilot in it.
No, it does. In fact, you can switch. It's now in. I bought it in 2024 marketplace, and it's supposed to work in both. But yeah, it's got the 750. If you have the 750 downloaded, you can switch it from different GPS systems.
Okay. I don't know, for some reason, because I mean, I bought it like over a year ago, and for some reason, I've only flew it the first couple times, and I haven't flown it since. I don't remember what it was about it that I didn't like.
Yeah, it's got good autopilot in it. Works good.
Alrighty,
That's
guys, it's time to get these birds up in the air. Let's go ahead and spool up and get rolling. We'll take a little bit of a left-hand turn out of here, and we'll be back on course. There's the bolts rolling. There's a nice looking town here. A big old airport. Well, as long as we're right here, let's go ahead and check out that that POI over here. What's it called? The Portazello just something, the something. Some kind of thing on the port here, you see that?
Oh yeah.
I'm going to do a left-hand circuit around it and then get back on course. The Portalizo de São José de Macapa. That's a mouthful. Oh, look at that. Big old star-shaped fort kind of thing. Neat.
Where are we at in Brazil? Or are we going to Brazil?
We are in Brazil, and yeah, we're going to be in Brazil for a few weeks. It's huge. We might even switch next week over to the C-130 and continue, because it's huge. This is a nice looking place. I like that.
Do you see this big freight ship or something coming into, or you guys have that on your...
I got a FB Comte Castello III.
Oh, this one for some reason is not telling me... Oh, I have... no, I don't have the name tags turned off because I see you guys.
Yeah, it says this
That's
one's
weird.
a passenger ship, so it might not be the same one.
Oh, yeah, it must not... Because, yeah, this one doesn't have a marker on it. Oh, you know what? It might be from my ship add-on that I had from 2020, because this is a cargo ship. It is just loaded with cargoes, but he better slow down or he's going to crash.
I noticed the ships don't pay too much attention to the shoreline. I see them up on the shoreline all the time. Alright, that is a neat looking fort for sure.
Oh,
Back
yeah,
on
it
track.
is.
Like I said, we're climbing to 5,000 feet. We're going to maintain 160 knots. So, how's everybody's week going? Now that it's almost over.
Alright.
Yeah, me too. Nothing special to report. All's well.
Broke down and decided I would give Starlink a try over my internet provider. So, we'll
really?
see how that goes in a week.
How's it working for you so far?
I won't know until I just ordered it today, so
Oh, I
it's
see.
supposed to be delivered around the 7th. But yeah, I've been tracking mine from my provider, and I'm paying for 1 gigabit. And when it's working, I'm getting 800 to 900 megabits, which is fine. But every single day when I get home from work, somewhere between 5 and 6 p.m., the internet just slows to a crawl where I'm only getting 40 to 50 megabits down and not even 1 megabit upload.
Oh, that's not good.
And I've had 3 appointments that I've canceled because I get an email from my provider like a day or 2 before saying, we have finished doing work in your area. Let us know if you still need your appointment. So I check my internet. It's like, oh, the speeds are good again. So I cancel the appointment. Well, this one here was set up for today. And last night it was dead, even though I got that same message saying they finished the work. So I kept the appointment. Well, they called me up at 5 till 8 this morning to say, oh, yeah, I'm just calling on behalf of the supervisor. We don't have enough staff, so we're not going to be in your area today, so we need to reschedule it. And so I said, that's bullshit. I'm calling
That's
Starlink.
enough.
You can keep my
Yeah.
appointment, but just in case Starlink doesn't work
Right.
out. But if all my devices will work on it, I'm going to go with it. And I told them I have until March 31st to decide. That's why I got this appointment, because they have a $200 off program going on right now for the equipment. So
Yeah,
supposedly my area.
my only experience with Starlink is I have it in my RV, and I use it when I'm camping. And yeah, it's fine when I'm camping. I haven't tried connecting 10 devices to it, but 2 or 3, it works great. You know, I could probably do much more than that. The price
get the
is
basic?
relatively okay, you know, and it works really good as long as there's no obstructions overhead. If you got a clear view of the sky, it'll work great.
Oh yeah, I've got a clear view of the sky. Now, what package did you get? Did you get the roaming RV package, or did you get the basic home internet?
Yeah, I think it's the roaming RV thing. It's like, I don't think
okay.
I can use it while I'm driving, but anytime you're parked, it works. And it's something like $50 a month for 50 gigs of service.
Okay. Yeah.
And if you go
that's-
over, it just charges you $1 a gig, which, well, that's all it is anyway. You know, $50 for 50 gigs, and you know, if you use 52 gigs, they'll charge you an extra $2.
Yeah, this one is the home internet, the home internet basic, which is unlimited internet at the maximum speeds, which for my area set is varies between 200 and 300 megabits. So we'll have to see if I'm not sure that's going to cut it, because I know my security cameras take.
Right.
30,
Well, I was
40 megabits
considering
speeds.
I was considering going with the unlimited option, but it was expensive. It was like $160 a month or something like that. And
Well, for the
honestly, when
traveling
I'm
RV
camping, I'm only going to be gone a few days, you know, every once in a while. I'll be gone for maybe a week once a month in the summer, and 50 gigs is fine for that.
Yeah, we're. I mean, it's $120 a month for their unlimited home plan. Well, I'm paying $130 a month right now for my internet provider, so
Oh yeah.
it winds up being $10 a month less. The speed is significantly less, but it's still faster than when my internet's not working.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I gotta say I'm happy with it. It works. It does what I need it to. It's perfect for, like, you could be out in the middle of absolutely nowhere, and it works just fine. I don't have
the
it
thing
permanently attached to my RV. It's like when I park, I just have to climb up on the roof and put the dish up there, and then it works.
Well, I was thinking, because a lot of people, as I looked into that and looked into it, and people would say, oh yeah, we just take ours with us when we go camping, and then we just change the address to wherever we're camping, and it works great for that. And it's like, oh shoot, I'll just do that. But then I got to thinking, it's like, well, then I can't, because then I will lose the internet at my house.
Right.
And all of my lights are all smart lights, and my entire house is controlled by the internet. So
Oh, that's
if I
right. You're going to
left-
have a lot of different sources plugged into that, aren't you? A whole bunch of little ones.
Well, it's all Wi-Fi, but I'm gonna keep my same router I have, and just use the modem, and just disable the Wi-Fi in the router that they send.
Right.
So I'll still keep everything hooked up, because I've got a good mesh router and satellite that I've got. It's the best I've ever had as far as maintaining signal throughout the house. The thing I can't keep is the internet to the house.
Right. It was all pretty easy to set up, I gotta say, even signing up for it and everything. And the one thing I really appreciate about it is it's really easy to discontinue your service too, because I think they realize that people in RVs aren't going to be needing it all the time. So like when I'm not using my RV, I just go into the app and say turn it off, and they stop sending me a bill. Well, they don't send you a bill anyway, but they stop charging you. And then as soon as I'm
Yeah.
ready to go and take a little trip, I go into my app, I turn it on, and bing, there you go. It starts from that day. A lot
I
of
will
other
probably-
places
if-
will give you a hard time when you try to disconnect. You know, they'll make it almost impossible to turn off the service. But
Yeah, if this works out for the house, then I might go ahead and pick up an extra set of equipment, and then get the basic RV plan, because we only camp about 4 or 5 times a year, but we camp for a week at a time.
right?
So
Yeah,
be
me
good,
too.
It'd be good for situations like that.
Yep. Whenever I go camping, it's probably going to be at least a week at a time. So yeah, it's real nice to be able to turn it off whenever you want to. And 50 gigs is plenty for that. And if I go over 50 gigs, like what I did last time, I went over 50 gigs, and I just started using my phone Wi-Fi hotspot, and that worked fine too.
Yeah. Does it send a notice to your app if you've gone over, or do you just happen to find out when you get a higher bill?
No, usually I've got the app right there, open on my phone, and it's telling me how much I'm using as I'm going, and
Oh, okay.
it'll warn you when you're getting kind of close to, topping out. It was, like I said, a little finicky because I had trees overhead, but it still worked fine. Like I said, it kept complaining about the obstructions, but it didn't seem to matter much.
Yeah, from the sounds of it, it has to be pointed at the north sky.
Yeah, definitely. And that's what the app is good for, too. When you, like for me, when I'm up on the roof of my RV, I just bring the app out and it tells me what direction it's pointing. And then I just keep turning it until it's green,
Oh,
and
wow.
as soon as everything turns green, I know it's pointed perfectly, and I just climb back out.
Well,
And it's
it
also
came with-
super weatherproof. It's way weatherproof, man. Yeah.
Yeah, this came with the basic, what they call it, a kickstand stand, and it's in the huge flat antenna that's like 2 feet
Yep.
by 3 feet.
Yep, that's the
Um,
one I got.
Oh, okay. But then I bought the pivoting mount so I could mount it on my roof above my office.
Oh, there you go.
And then point it. But I'm not going to mount it permanently yet until I try it out for the 30 days and see what it does. But if
So
this
I
thing
see-
will run all my devices, I'm keeping it.
I see they have like a motorized version of that mount you're talking, to where the app will automatically turn it to keep it facing
Yeah.
the satellites.
Well, that'd be good if you move around a lot, but my house
Sure.
doesn't move.
Oh, that'd be
Well,
nice on an
unless
RV.
you're
And
perfect.
I see some people have it permanently mounted to their RV, and I just don't have it permanently mounted up there. I'd hate to be driving
Well, they
around
have
and
a
have
mini
that catch the
antenna,
wind.
too.
It's like a big sail. I'd hate to have that catch the
Oh,
wind and
yeah.
get ripped right off,
Well, they have a mini version too. That's like about a 12 by 12 inch by 12 inch.
Yeah,
Antenna.
it's significantly smaller.
But it uses Wi-Fi 5 instead of 6 for the speeds. So the upper speeds are not as good as the big antenna is, and the reception's not quite as good. But for an RV and stuff, I mean, I'm sure it's you're only going to have a few things hooked up to it anyways in an RV, not like you're trying to run a whole house off it.
Yeah, very true. It's a heck of a waterway going on here. Look at all that.
Yeah, a lot of water going everywhere.
Well, hey, JMB, I see you in the chat over there. How's it going, buddy? It's good to see you joining us tonight. If you want, go ahead and hop over to on Game Pass. You can get the game for free on there, and then you can join us. Everybody's aircraft performing well.
Yeah, almost too well. It's pretty fast. Got to keep backing the throttle down to keep it in the yellow zone.
What kind of weather are you using tonight? Are you doing live weather?
I'm loving this pass-through video on my headset. Lets me see where my drink is.
That's important.
I'm on few clouds. No, few clouds. Of course, even though I'm cruising, okay, let's stop right at the line. 175 knots before I hit yellow.
I'm going 162 and I'm right on you, or just a little bit behind you, but staying steady with you, it looks like.
I'm catching up slowly at 169 or so.
Really? Yeah, I'm only holding about 160, but it all depends on what kind of weather everyone's got. You know how that old chestnut is. Well, gentlemen, we are on our way to Sierra, November Victor Sierra, Breves, or something like that. When we get there, why don't we count on runway 25? We got a 5,200 foot of asphalt going on at an elevation of 26 feet,
Did
so
you plan
that'd be
any?
perfect. Sorry?
Did you plan any POIs on this? Did you plan any POIs on this flight?
I was hoping to find some, but unfortunately there wasn't too many. One of these cities we're landing at might have a thing or two, but there wasn't too many in this area. All the POIs that I wanted to visit back in the other place was like the only way we'd be able to get there would be in a C-130, and then there's nowhere to land because all the airports are like some small dirt strip. You know, we couldn't land a C-130 there, so I'm going to have to figure something up because there's a couple of the natural points of interest that look really awesome, and I'd like to check them out. But once we get there, then what? You know, land in a field somewhere.
I've done it. C-130. You know, just step on that brake pedal and hit reverse real hard. You'll stop that thing in a dirt strip and then.
Yeah, might not ever get back out of there.
Are there enough small airports in the area where we can just do like a 172 or something out there and just do some sightseeing?
Yeah, but where would we get there from? You know what I'm saying? It would take us 2 hours to get there.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? And then there's nothing in between to land. It's just I really wanted to go to these places, and I tried forever to come up with the perfect flight plan to make it happen. But no matter what airplane I was thinking of using, it didn't work out. I'm going to come up with something though, because there's a couple of these natural points of interest, little cliffs and hillsides that look awesome. Here we go. We got Wingnut pulling up here. Greetings, buddy.
Get closer.
I had to reload the flight plan. I had the wrong flight plan in.
Oh no. Well, at least you started at the correct airport somehow.
Yeah, for some reason I started at the correct airport with the wrong flight plan. I don't know why.
Yeah, it's a little weird that I happen to do the flight plans through the EFB now. It's nice in some ways, but it's a little weird in others.
Should be able to do it in oh gosh, little nav map and then export it over. I don't know if you can share it though that way. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I figured out how the differences between the maps and the flight plans. They're just variants of the same different XML files. All I got to do is get a XML file converter written up, and we can convert them over.
Well, they've updated it now. The guy, I guess,
Yeah.
updated it to where you can export it now and into 2024 and make it work.
But yeah, that's it. It's got to be easy, just pretty simple.
I mean, I've used it. I've tried it and created a flight plan for myself in little nav map and then exported it right into 24. But I don't know. I don't know if you can share it with others. If you can save it, share it with others, like Lazer does here in Discord.
Yeah, the last couple weeks I've been using Little Nav Map to, it helps me publish the flights because it gives you the information in such a way that I can just kind of copy and paste it over to the MS Flights website. And yeah, like you said, I'll go through, well, that's one thing that I noticed on this one. We still have all the weird time climbs and stuff like that. And I know in Little Nav Map I went through and I deleted all that stuff and then I re-exported the file and it added it right back. But it works. This flight plan that we're using right now was exported from Little Nav Map.
I'll get up close to you, Lazer. I'll try. I promise I won't scratch your wing.
Yep, get up here. It looks nice. Yeah, Brazil is huge, and we're for sure going to be here for a few weeks. Like I said, one of my ideas I'd like to do is to check out those cliffs and mountains that are a little bit to the west of here. But I would also like to take some gooses and go down the Amazon. Then we can just park anywhere in the Amazon River and check out anything that we see that looks cool. Amazon River is a lot of fun to fly around. We used to do that a lot.
The Goose, that's fun to fly. That's a good airplane.
Oh, it's great. That's one of my favorites. I love it. It doesn't have much in the way of an autopilot or anything like that, so you're on the stick the whole time, but that's not too bad.
They've got that other one now that's, oh shoot, I forget the name of it. It's Albatross. It's
Oh yeah. Is that right? Is that a default one in the game, or is that somebody made that?
yeah.
It is. Okay, wonderful. I haven't checked that out yet, but I'm a big fan of the Albatross. It's certainly a big goose.
Wouldn't they be geese?
Nope, geese is the animal. The airplane is gooses. I looked it up.
It's a gaggle of geese, a gaggle of gooses.
That Albatross is neat. They've got a kitchen inside it. And,
It's massive.
It's massive, yeah.
Yeah, they have one at the Pensacola Naval Air Station, the museum there. It's parked outside because it's massive. And yeah, I got a picture of myself standing outside of it by one of the tires, and somebody accused me of photoshopping it because it was so big, and I'm like, nope, that's how big they are. He was like, no way. I'm like, yeah. I mean, geez, I couldn't even reach the top of the tire. I mean, it's just absolutely massive.
Well, if you haven't flown the one in 24 yet, the Albatross, you ought to give it a try. It flies, it handles well. It's fun to fly.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to do
Is it water
that.
only?
No, it's got landing gear.
Yeah. So we used to have a version of it. We used to fly it occasionally in the FSX days, way back in the day, 10 years ago when that was a thing. But yeah, and even that one flew pretty well. It looks like a huge goose, but I think it's 4 engines, isn't it?
Is that the one you had to watch out for the brakes?
It might have been. Yeah, just a reminder, gentlemen, when we get to Breves, we will be landing runway 25. Now, Coast, how's that weather been over there in your neck of the woods?
Variable, partly cloudy, so to speak.
Right on. We had a hell of a snowstorm last Monday. I hope that's the last one. I'm pretty much over winter, but it's been really nice ever since then. It's beautiful today. I say beautiful, it was like 60 degrees, but in Michigan, when you see 60 degrees for the first couple times, it's like heaven.
It's been in the high 20s at night, and in the 50s in the daytime.
Better than snow. We are 43 out from our first stop at runway 25. And like I said, these legs tonight are slightly longer than normal, but we shouldn't be too long as we keep on the ball here. It was another one of those things where it's like, just to get the the right airports to land at, I had to make it a little bit longer flight plan. I don't think we're going to see too many POIs other than that first one we saw. There might be another one or two, but at least one or two of the airports we're going to visit are bespoke airports, which are really nice looking. You guys are all looking pretty good back there. Yeah, I like how I can see everybody from really far away too. I'm not sure, but I heard that they'd worked on an LOD, a level of detail kind of a fix. I don't know if that's already been implemented or it's going to be in the next one.
Level of detail on what?
Just basically how far away you can see somebody. You know, it's like they use different models for when you're really far away and when you're a little closer and a little closer than that. And sometimes you can see somebody, they're only like a half mile away and you can't see them at all. You know, you should be able to see something. But I think they might have tweaked that a little bit so it works a little better.
Yeah, I think that was in the first update, Sim Update 1.
Yeah, I love how they keep chipping away at it, man. You know how people are, they're always complaining about something, but I think this game's a masterpiece. It's such a complicated piece of software. It's amazing that it works at all, and what they're giving us is absolutely beautiful, stunning. Now, I mentioned it before. Remember back in the FSX days, they launched that game and they gave us one service update, and that was it. They updated it once only because they had to. There was so many bugs in it, and they updated it one time, and that was it. You're on your own. And we flew that thing for like 10 years. I mean, that was we flew the wheels off of that game. Matter of fact, we flew that for so long, we didn't even know that there was going to be another flight simulator, ever. That was the rumor, that they're done making them, they're never going to make another one. And then all of a sudden, bang, 2020 comes out, and it was amazing. Changed everything.
Such a hit, they came out with 2024.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like it was 4 years in between, but it was 4 years in between. I guess I can't begrudge them that. They deserve to make a new game every 4 years. Most other companies would make 2 a year, you know.
Yeah, there's a huge list of fixes they've announced for Update 2. People seem pretty impressed with it. They're supposedly getting really good frame rates out of it now because they've enabled a bunch of stuff and lowered the VRAM usage.
Oh, right on. Yeah, I heard they're going to implement, what is it, DLSS 4 or 5 nowadays? Whatever the new version of DLSS is for your graphics card. They're going to implement that. And the beta testers are pretty impressed.
Yeah, the only thing that kept me out of doing the beta test was it puts on hold your career mission because it enables all of the specialties and all of the aircraft and starts you with 5 million credits, just because they're trying out a bunch of stuff in their career mode and they want to see how it works, check the bugs and stuff. So, but whatever progress you make in it in the beta doesn't transfer back into your regular game. So I don't want to like put my career on hold to do the beta test for that, because a lot of people seem to be really impressed with the performance they're getting out of it. But might just like jump into it for the weekend to see how it is and then jump back out.
Right. Yeah, I've always avoided being one of the beta testers and stuff like that. I've seen it, especially like with Travis. He's always on that. He loves getting the newest, brand new, untested version of it. And man, I've seen it really screw his system up bad a couple times. I don't need none of that. My sim runs perfectly smooth, and I don't need no monkey wrenches in it, you know.
Yeah, I agree. I don't mess with that.
Yeah, I got into update 1 I did the update 1 beta, but I waited till they had like 3 or 4 updates first before I jumped into it, and I jumped into it maybe a week or 2 before the final release came out. So I definitely don't want to be in it like right at the beginning, because there's a lot of crash to desktops going on right now with the initial release of the beta 2.
Hey, look at that. Everyone's here. Greetings, Coast. Got the whole gang here.
How you doing?
Yeah, I can just wait for them to release it officially, wait till that long. And then if there's something majorly wrong with it, you complain, Not before that, I'm good. Oh, Longhorn, are you experiencing like some turbulence right now or some wake effect?
Oh.
Negative, you say? It looks like your
No, my
plane's
plane
kind of
seems pretty
jiggling back and forth kind of oddly. I was hoping maybe that was a little bit of a wake effect.
Oh, that's one thing they're supposed to be fixing in update 2. They said they're going to correct the wake effect for multiplayer.
Yeah,
So
good.
right
I
now
heard.
it doesn't have an effect.
Yeah, I heard they were doing something. I didn't quite dig into what
It doesn't
exactly
seem
they
to
were
be
fixing,
viable.
but yeah, it could use a little more of a wake effect for sure.
Because I'm close enough to almost shave the rear of Wingnut's rotor or rudder, and I'm not getting any wake effect from it.
Yeah, if you look around at all this wilderness, that explains why I was having trouble finding a flight plan to where we could complete it in 2 hours. Because there's not a whole lot here. Brazil is huge, but a lot of it is just rainforest. It's not as bad as a place like Siberia or Mongolia or even Russia, because it's like there's such a huge chunk of the world with all these awesome mountains, but we can't really fly there because, you can take off from the one airport in the region, and then what? Fly around for 20 minutes and then land again, and take off again and fly around. And there's no airports anywhere up there, And it's too bad because that whole mountain range up there is kind of pretty.
Right. You hear about the airport tower that collapsed in Myanmar?
No, I didn't. What's about that?
Yeah, they had a 7.7 magnitude earthquake, and they got it on video. The thing just collapsed, kind of like one of the World Trade Center towers did.
Just pancaked down, huh? Huh. Too bad.
Yeah, I've seen some video, like apartment building, did the same thing. And I guess Thailand and Myanmar kind of got the brunt of that.
Yeah, I saw another video of must have been a hotel or something, because they obviously had a swimming pool at the top of it. It was one of the aftershocks, and the water was just like pouring off the roof from the swimming pool from the building swaying. But the building stood. I'd be getting out of that building after.
Oh, you ain't lying.
Oh, yeah, I'd be getting out of that whole area.
That was a pretty tall building that I saw. It was probably 20, 30 stories, and it had, I'd say the whole top of the building must have been like a swimming pool, because water was just like pouring over the roof every couple seconds.
When they design the buildings, one of the things they do is they put water on it to dampen the vibration.
Yeah, that's probably a good way to do it.
On the roof too?
Yeah, on the roof. It acts as damping. You gotta have a lot of it though.
Well, out here they have to my. Oh, okay. I thought it was a swimming pool, because I didn't know what it was. I just there was a lot of water coming off that roof, but I just thought it was a swimming pool because I couldn't think of any other reason why the roof would be covered with water.
Could be a swimming pool. I mean, just
Yeah,
double
out here they have our water heaters are all strapped. Ah, gotcha. Yeah, my water heater's strapped in with metal straps. That's code out here.
Oh yeah, you're out in the West Coast.
Yeah. It's a gas water heater or a propane water heater, so.
All right, gentlemen, we're
My
only
other
about 12
appliances
miles
are
out.
strapped in.
Well, we're only about 12 miles out from our first destination. I'm going to bring this bird down to about 2,500. While I'm at it, I'm going to go ahead and jog over to the left a few degrees. We lined up for runway 25. Say, when we get down on the ground at Breves, let's do something unusual for us, and we'll taxi all the way to the end of the runway and take off from the opposite direction, because that'll be pointing right the way we're going. Yeah, that will be runway 7. So we're landing on runway 25. We're going to be taking off runway 7. We're getting relatively close. I don't quite see it yet, but it'll be a pretty big place when we get there. Matter of fact, I should see it already. We're only 5 miles out, and I don't see nothing.
I see it. You can't see it?
Yeah, I think actually maybe I do. I think that's it right there. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and go gear down, and I'm going to hope that's the runway. Oh yeah, there it is. It's obscured by some trees here a little bit, but that's it. And like I said, when we get down, we'll taxi all the way to the end and take off from runway 7. Did you guys all figure out how to turn off that Discord overlay?
I don't see it.
Oh, you don't see it.
Must be
You're one of the
because
lucky
I'm
ones.
in VR.
All right. Say, they did a lot of work on VR lately. Do you see any improvements in it? Did they fix the issues you had with the EFB not showing?
No, they haven't done any updates yet. Sim Update 2 is where they're all going to come in at.
Okay, I've been hearing some talk about it, so I was hoping they'd fix that for you. I knew that was a kind of an issue.
Yeah, they haven't. just flew right past the airport.
I'm lined up for it right now, getting ready to touch down here in a minute.
I'm turning final at the moment. I think I'm about 2 miles out. I apologize if I cut anybody off. Here we go. At least it's a big old runway.
Yeah, that's what's made it so tempting for me. That's what made it so tempting for me to want to get in update 2 is that's the big one that's supposed to fix a lot of the VR issues. And supposedly they have, and I know some of them they have, the toolbar issue they fixed. I think they said they fixed the EFB issue now, so you can actually interact with the one that you pop out.
Right. Yeah, that's kind of
So you
important
can actually
too. I
make
mean,
use
it's
of it now.
especially
elk
the,
at
since
the
the
end of the
EFB
runway.
is such a big part of the game now. It's kind of important to be able to interact with it.
I don't know if you
Still
got
have an
the-
issue with trying to load, loading flight plans in VR. Same issue as 2020 had, where it takes you to the open dialog to go and pick where the file is, but you can't see it because it's hidden behind the program, and you can't get to it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I ran into that even here. I tried to load the flight plan after I'd already gotten into VR, and as soon as I hit open flight plan, it's like my computer froze because it opened up the dialog box, but it was behind Flight Simulator, and I couldn't get to it.
Huh. Yeah, that's another one of those that appears to be just a VR issue, which I'm happy that they're interested in improving that. You know, a lot of times they'd be, it's only VR, who cares, and they wouldn't even address it, you know. Whoop, sorry, buddy. That was a
Feels
close
like
one,
two
huh?
people getting to the stop sign.
Well, there is a little bit of
Look at
a
each other,
facility
you both
here.
Stop because. Is there? I didn't see it. Oh, there. Oh, it's over there.
Yeah, it's hidden in the forest. I
No
wonder
road
what in
rage
the
now.
world this place services, you know? I mean, what's going on around here? Is there a city near here? There's got to be.
For the drug cartel.
You never know. I mean, it's a pretty big runway. I mean, they could land jets here.
I don't know if they have
Copy
moose
grounds
here.
around here somewhere.
I saw two big animals as I was coming in.
Really?
On the
Really?
left side, I
I have not.
looked like moose, but I was coming so fast I couldn't make it out for sure.
I haven't seen any animals the last couple weeks.
I haven't seen
I know they're
animals
here.
for a long time. Yeah. I saw something. One of my career flights a couple nights ago. Couldn't tell what it was, but I saw something run across the runway really quick as I was coming in. But it was almost dark, so I couldn't quite see it.
Could be anything.
Just enough to get my attention.
All right. So, all right, guys. Let's go ahead and get these birds back up in the air. Let's see where our next destination will take us here. Looks like we're going to Val De Caes. Alrighty, I'm guessing it's right around sea level. It's on a big body of water there. Okay, let's get these birds back up in the air. Laser bolt is rolling. Yeah, this is very odd for us. We hardly ever take off from a reciprocal runway.
Is that one over the runway?
Sorry, Coast, say again?
Is that one over the runway? Never mind.
That went over my head, pal.
The definition of reciprocal is one over something. Never mind. Mathematical.
I see, it's a math joke.
The math jokes. It gets for kids who are in 3rd grade and above.
I forgot I was dealing with an engineer over here, buddy. Yeah, I'd be interested in seeing what they did to the Amazon, because they made a point of pointing out the fact that they did a lot of work around the Amazon River, adding animals and just making the whole area really nice. So yeah, I'd be interested in checking that out one of these days. One of these days soon, maybe a week or two.
Maybe you'll see a snake.
maybe a great big one. Have it wrapped around my anaconda, or not my anaconda, my albatross. I'm not sure the albatross would be a good plane to fly in the Amazon though, down the Amazon River. Might be a little too wide. Although the Amazon River is pretty wide in most places.
I think it's rated at the same speed as the other Goose.
No, if that's true, then there'd be very little reason to fly it. Other than it might be have a little more updated cockpit, and some of the electronics would be a little, have a better, an autopilot or something.
Yeah, it's more upgraded.
I'm going to slow her down here a little bit and get back down to 160 knots.
Need to find a plug to fill the hole where my yoke used to be.
Yeah, it's too bad in that new
My,
version of the Icon, that Icon A5 there, there's one in the new game. Well, it might be the one from 2020, just ported over. But you can't retract the wings. That was always nice when you could fold those back, because they made a great speedboat when you did that.
Yeah, I don't remember them ever doing that in 2020.
No, it didn't.
I never flew it that much.
Yeah, back in the old FSX days, we had a version of it where you could do that. I mean, if you can't fold the wings up, basically all it is a super slow aircraft. It's a boat, it's a nice float plane. It'll get you there, but it's pretty slow.
Well, there was a guy in Arizona that used to fly around all the local fishing lakes, and he would just fish from his plane.
Oh, that'd be a dream to have one of those. That'd be perfect around here in Michigan. It'd be just perfect. I think they were unveiled at the Oshkosh, the big air show there. And they got a big presence in Oshkosh. It's a good place for it, They got all kinds of water over in Wisconsin too. Well, it's just like the best of all the worlds, It's like you can fold the wings up and tow it behind your car just like a trailer, or you can take off from a farm strip, you can take off from a road, you can take off from the water. It's just the perfect all-around high-tech little airplane. If I had the money, that would be one that I'd be very interested in buying. I'm going to bump my speed up here just a little bit, maybe closer to 170, just so we can make up a little time here. The sooner we do it, the better. I notice it's already 10 o'clock. This leg here is 57 miles. Hey, I can see you're a couple tenths of a feet below me. It's a good thing it's that accurate.
Yeah, yours says you are at 5,008.56 feet, but you're slightly going up. You're at 5,009 feet.
Yeah, it's ridiculous they give you that much of a precision. You don't need to know that. Just get rid of everything past the decimal point. You don't need none of it.
I prefer it in inches.
It might as well. Well, actually, you're talking a fraction of an inch at 100th of a foot.
Yeah, hundredths of a foot. That's
You're talking more
ridiculous.
like
You would never
you're
need to know
almost
that.
talking down to the 10th of an inch.
It just seems a little weird though with all the tweaking they're doing that nobody brought that up. Nobody? None of the testers were like, we really don't need to know our altitude down to a tenth of an inch.
I don't think the equipment in an aircraft is sensitive enough to really pick that up.
It's the digital age, guys. That's why we're here.
It is. Now this is such a huge waterway here. I do wonder if this is part of the Amazon, because the Amazon is long. Yeah, I dusted off my old 3D printer and printed a TIE fighter a couple days ago and made a video about it. So if you're interested, check that video out. I'm pretty surprised how well my 7-year-old 3D printer still works. It works like a charm. It's all beat to hell, but it works like a charm.
What did you say you made? A TIE fighter?
Yeah, from Star Wars, those TIE fighters.
Yeah, okay, gotcha.
There's no gauge in this Baron to tell me how many hours I have on it.
Gosh, that would usually be like hardwired in too, wouldn't it? Like it would be an actual dial. Like it wouldn't be part of your glass cockpit. I don't know where it would be though.
Yeah, I mean, it's got the 3 gauges on the right. I mean, even the 172 tells me how many hours I have in that thing. But I am not seeing a gauge anywhere in here that tells me how many hours are on this plane. Some aircraft, I think the 208, they actually put like a dedicated, just a little digital dial, a little like a 1-inch by 2-inch display, but then it's also, they have another like backup one that I believe is in the engine speed gauge.
Yeah, it seems like it would definitely be tied to your engine somewhere, or even your RPMs or something. Well, you never know. Maybe it's just something on. It's right on the engine itself.
We've got the porch on the left door side, where under the circuit breakers, it gives flight hours.
Okay, yeah, oh, there it is. You're, oh, okay, yeah, that's what I was looking for. Gotcha. Oh, shoot, what I just hit? Oh. Hey, my plane is icing up.
Really?
Yep, I should probably, I don't know why it's, wait a minute. From inside the cockpit, it does not look like it's icing up, but my outside view, oh, not anymore, it's not. I just flew through a cloud and it iced up, but now there's no ice on my plane now.
Weird. I wonder if that's just some kind of an effect, like I don't know, like a like dew on the windows or something. Just in case, I'm going to turn on my de-icing equipment though.
16.7 hours on this plane. That's what I was looking for. Yeah, we've got 5C outside.
Really?
But I imagine the clouds could be a little bit colder than that.
Well, plus it is winter here, so not that it gets that cold, but it is winter, and we're up at 5,000, so
Oh,
it's not
5,000
super
feet
high.
would.
Alright, gentlemen, when we get to Val De Caes at Sierra Bravo Bravo Echo, count on landing on runway 6. Coming in runway 6. Let's take a look here. Once again, it's displayed in meters for some reason. Don't know why, but it's 2,700 meters, which is plenty. 28 feet of elevation and an asphalt runway. So count on that, runway 6. It's weird how some random ass airports are just displayed in meters instead of feet. This is just a little reminder for anybody watching the stream now or in the future. You can join us if you'd like. We fly pretty casual. It's easy to hang out with us. There is all the information. I always put it in the description of the videos of what airports we're going to and what airplanes we're flying. And you can also click the link to go to the MS Flights website, and from there you can join us on Discord. There's also a handy PLN file that you can download and pop it right into your GPS. and pretty much everything's automated after that. So please join us. We could always use more people. I'm a little surprised that ever since I started streaming on YouTube a couple weeks ago, we haven't had anybody but just the four of us. You know, there's usually some people popping in and out. You know, we get some strangers and some familiar faces. But yeah, in the last month or so, it's just been us. It makes me wonder if Kalo is even posting the flight plans on the MS Flights site.
They are, but I meant to bring that up. The last 2 weeks, the flight plan is on there, but it gives me an error when I try to download it.
Really?
So I had to get it from Discord. Yeah, I could not get the last 2 flight plans off of it because I used to like that one because I could go back and see all the history and download it whenever I wanted.
Yeah. Well, I was unaware of that. I don't generally go to the MS Flights, to the actual Flight Sim website. I don't go to that very often. That's why I let Kalo deal with posting the flight plan over there. I just worry about popping it into Discord and make sure it all works from here.
Yeah, they're on there, but it for some reason, if you click on the link to it, it'll take you to, and it fails to download it.
Huh. That is odd. I wonder why that would be.
I thought I saw a shadow. It was Coast pulled up beside me.
He's delivering your food.
We are a mere 23 miles out from our next destination there. So I'm going to go ahead and bring this bird down to about 3,000 feet. Might jog out to the right here just a couple degrees. That runway 6 is kind of straight in, so we won't have to jog too far out, but I'm going to bring her down to 3,000 feet and we should see that runway before too long.
No, we're still 65 miles out.
Oh, are we? Geez, that must be the
Yep.
that must be that the
Yeah,
descent spot.
That was one of those miscellaneous. It was labeled FPL 001, I think, and I just deleted it, or FPL 002, something like that.
Ah, there you go.
So yeah, I deleted that. Yeah, because we still have 66 miles to go, or 64 miles now.
Oh, holy moly.
Thank
Okay,
you,
we got a ways.
and, thank you.
What happened?
You were right over top of me.
Oh, I was looking at the map. I'm sorry if I ran over you.
That's okay. I'm used to it.
Gotta keep you on your toes, buddy.
I just got mine on autopilot, letting it coast.
Let Otto do the flying.
There you go.
Yeah, Longhorn, I can see from here that it even looks like your airplane has been pelted with golf balls.
Does it at least look black?
You say black?
Yeah.
Negative. It looks exactly like mine. Blue and white.
No, I did the black livery. The one with the flames on it.
Huh.
So they didn't get that right.
Nope. I'm surprised I've never heard anybody mention that the airplane, at least this one, the Baron, looks all dimpled. It looks like it's been through the ringer, man. Yours only has 16 hours on it. This looks brand new.
Well, yeah, I had the dimples from the first time I jumped in it.
I know, I'm joking.
the modeling they did it. So.
Yep. Well, I think what it is they modeled
Yeah,
all
that or
this
they-
damage for the career mode, and I don't think they're using the clean, uh, you know, version for this. They're using like stage 3 damaged.
Well, it started off clean. I mean, I'm getting some bug splatters on the window now, but when I started off, it was clean. So at least in free flight, you start off with a clean aircraft each time. But I'm not sure that they even model like physical like damage like that to an aircraft.
No, I don't think
My planes
they.
have gotten pretty.
I don't think they intended it to be in free flight anyway. In career mode, maybe, but in free flight, I don't think they should even bother.
Yeah, my wing looks like somebody walked across it.
Yeah, it's starting to warm up enough around here. I am seriously thinking about taking the RV out. Not sure where I'd go, but I'm getting the itch.
Yeah, our trip's not till May, and it's down to Needles to visit my sister. We're supposed to do that in February when the weather would have been a lot nicer, but now it'll probably be 100 degrees.
And one of the things I want to do when I'm camping this summer is do a little more cooking and filming it. That when I cooked some ribs last summer, that video is getting kind of a good reception. It's not getting a whole lot of views, but I'm getting some positive feedback on that. I think people like that whole idea. But it's like, really, when you're camping, how many things can you cook? You know? Brats, burgers, chicken wings, ribs, what else? That's about it, you know? You're not going to make a pot roast or anything like
Everything
that.
on the grill or the skillet? Or the griddle or the grill?
Well, I like to cook over that open fire, so yeah, those are about your options right there. Either cook right on the grill or get some kind of a skillet.
Yeah, my grill has a built-in smoker, so I just pop
That's
some wood
handy.
chunks in that and smoke whatever I'm cooking.
Basically, when I'm camping, I cook everything the same way. Doesn't matter what it is, whether it's brats, chicken legs, ribs. You know, I basically sear the outside on the grill itself, you know, right on the fire, and then wrap it up in tin foil and let it cook, and that way it gets nice and tender. You know, or it cooks all the way through. You know, something like chicken. It's hard to cook chicken right on a wood fire because it's so hot, it'll burn before it's cooked on the inside, you know. So I just get a good char on the outside, wrap it in foil, and let it cook the rest of the way that way. Got a fine looking formation going, gentlemen. Coast, you remember that guy 4D, don't you? He was
Yep.
he was the absolute master at airplanes. It's like, I swear, this guy was weird. He would come into like Discord, or back at that time it was TeamSpeak, and hang out with us, but never speak. Never ever said a word. I don't know. He could be a woman. I don't know. It could. Yeah, I never heard his voice, but he was the best pilot I have ever seen. I mean, so much so that I started thinking after a while, I was like, is this guy a Blue Angel or something? I mean, what's going on with this guy? He's so insanely good at doing these stunts, and it's like it's got to be his profession. You know what I mean? And he just kind of hangs out with us for kicks or something. He was so insanely good. It was, everybody would point it out, going, "Man, look at that guy." It was crazy.
Do you remember the demonstration flight he videoed in the F-22?
Yeah, he was so good with these jets. Like I said, it's like, is he an actual Navy pilot or something? Because this guy was just off the hook. Never said a word. He was with us every week. Never said a single word. Yeah, I'd like to look up some of those old videos that we used to make back in the day. Geez, that was 14 years ago. But some of that was pretty impressive. Just the things he would do, like slaloming in and out of the cables on a bridge, you know. It's like, good Lord, look at this guy.
We used to do a lot more. We do a lot more formation flying back in the day. Remember?
Yeah, well, every time we flew C-130s, there was at least 2 or 3 people that escorted us in jets, and that's such an awesome look to have, you know, 5 C-130s in the air with 3 fighter jets escorting us. It was beautiful, man.
Well, Wingman was pretty good too.
Yeah, Wingman was good. Wingman was good. Wingman Tingly. That was the random name that it picked for him. He just stuck with it. He hated the tingly part, but I don't know. Wingman was good.
Saw some cool pictures from a guy from one of my fishing groups from when I was back in Arizona. He took it a couple days ago. I guess a C-17 flew over one of the local fishing lakes, dropped an airboat or an air raft out the plane, circled around, came back, and then 5 pilots jumped out of the C-17 into the water and then swam and got in the boat, and they took it to shore.
Nice. That is, you're not messing around.
So he's got pictures. So he's got pictures of all of that. It's like really cool. It's like obviously doing some training or something.
Well, we do have an aircraft at about our 2 o'clock. He's coming into the same airport. Looks like the same runway that we're going to be coming in. Maybe we'll see him. Maybe he'll join us. Who knows?
Is it an AI or a human?
It's hard to tell. I just see him on the map. I don't see his name tag yet.
Oh. Oh, okay, I see. Yeah, I got you. Yeah, he's actually coming in at 90 degrees.
Yeah, looks like he's aiming for runway 6 also.
So he's probably a good 25 miles away still.
They sure do have a bunch of water around here.
That's because the ocean's, we're like right up by the ocean. This river that we're about to cross over goes right through the ocean. The ocean's only about 75 miles away.
Yeah, our final stop tonight will be right on the ocean.
Oh, okay.
I'm not 100% sure this guy's actually going to stop at this airport. Maybe he's just flying by. Might be a high altitude jet.
I think he is, because I'm thinking the numbers that are on them are height above us or height below us, and now he's going down, because it was at like plus 12, now it's at minus 11.
Oh, right on.
So we'll see if he makes a turn towards the airport.
He's going to have to turn soon. Although he might be going for the opposite runway, who knows. There's 4 runways here, actually. We're landing on the big one. We're landing on the biggest one that's straight in. Oh, he is turning, isn't he? Yeah. So there's quite a few airplanes at the airport itself, too.
Yeah, he is turning.
It's all right. We
I don't see him.
are about 21 miles out. I am going to begin my turn to the right a little bit here. We don't need to go too much. We're kind of straight in, but I'm going to turn a few degrees to the right, and I'm going to begin bringing her down to 3,000. I've got a name tag finally. It was something like GO 1766 and a B38M.
Bingo.
A lot of ships are going on around here.
Okay, there's an air. Okay, actually, that's a boat.
Got a cargo boat down there called Jose 9. Another one called EVA Paris. Yeah, they're popping in all over around here. Well, we can pretty much follow Golf Lima Oscar right in. Got a boat down there called Pilot Boat. Well, gentlemen, a reminder, this is our penultimate stop for the evening. We will take our traditional 10-minute break, give you a chance to use the restroom or grab some coffee or grab a cocktail or a snack, and we'll take 10 minutes when we get there. Kind of looks like GLO just came to a straight up stop. He never reached the airport. Maybe he landed in the river. Laser Bolt is on 5 mile final, runway 6. This is a pretty big city. Look at this. This is the first time we've seen actual skyscrapers. I don't know if it's a skyscraper or not, but buildings taller than 2 floors. There's no way this is Rio. That seems like it would be bigger than this. When we get down, we'll find a place to park near the beginning of runway 6 and take a break.
Looks like the rest of my flight's gonna be without flaps.
Did you bust your flaps again, buddy?
Yeah, this plane is so powerful, I forgot I just made that whole entire leg without flaps. Or with my flaps still deployed.
Oh, really? That'll do it. You're having trouble keeping up?
Yes. No, it was keeping up just fine. That's what I was saying. It's so fast that I didn't realize that my flaps, not meaning to run you over, Wingnut, but I have no flaps. I'll go over you first. There we go.
Use all brakes.
Oh, that was an eventful landing.
This is a nice runway here. Look at that.
brakes. There we go. Yeah, I looked down to my flaps just before I was getting ready to deploy them, and it's like, oh shoot, they're already deployed. And so I hit the button and it said, flap system malfunction.
Well, quit doing that. You need those things.
Yeah, I didn't need them for this runway. Nice long runway. Got
Yeah, it
some
is. I only
jumbo
need like a
jets here.
fifth of it. I'm
Yep,
just going to
GLO
pull off.
1766 is
Sorry, buddy, I cut you off.
coming in. GLO 1766 is coming in for parking.
Ah, good deal. Our buddy. I'm going to pull off in the grass over here and run real quick and grab a cocktail. Got to have a cocktail. It's Friday. Look at you guys following the taxiway and everything. It's like you're professionals.
I can hear the servos or motors or whatever it is for them flaps trying to deploy them, but it just keeps going, but they aren't doing anything. I'm gonna go see if I can find a mechanic.
And I'm back. Let's see what we got coming up here. Our last stop for the evening is going to be all the way over on the coast of the, what would that be, the Atlantic Ocean, I'm guessing. It's a place called Salinopolis, Sierra November Sierra Mike. Looks like we're going to be coming in on a runway 9er, so count on runway 9er. I'll remind you, we got a little bit to go. 1,690 meters. I wonder if it's just like, I don't know, just like a little bug where they didn't update the entire database. It's just it's supposed to do it on the fly, and after the first airport, it just everything's in meters after that. It did the same thing last week. It's like your first airport is in feet, and then after that, it just goes back to the default. Alrighty guys, I'm going to roll back out onto the runway and we'll get ready to take off in about 2 minutes. Yeah, with all the rubber on this runway, you can tell that they've got some jumbo jets landing here. Some big stuff. Should have a nice little sunset for this last leg. It'll be beautiful. Looks like this is the shortest leg of the evening, so that's pretty good. Don't want to keep everybody after class too late. When we get up in the sky, we pretty much keep heading where we're heading, and let's climb up to about 5,000. "30 seconds. Alrighty, gentlemen, let's get these birds back up in the air. Laser bolt is rolling. Oh yeah, that sunset's beautiful. We get a good shot of the city as we're passing over it. The freeway going right through the middle here. Coast, you got a little nav map open?
Negative, negative.
I was just wondering what city this is. I wish it would tell you on the map.
I'll open it up.
It's pretty nice. Nice looking place. So I heard something that they're going to update a few more cities in the U.S., like a couple of them in Texas.
Uh-huh.
It's Val De Caes, something like that.
Uh-huh. I say that must be the same name as the airport. Whatever it is, it's pretty nice. Looks like it'd be a great place to take a little vacation.
I got your stream on here, and it's stuck.
Little nav map, you mean?
No, your YouTube stream.
YouTube stream is stuck, you say?
Yep.
Well, I still see it working, but
I'll just refresh it and see what happens. Yeah, I refreshed it with, I don't know what
there
got
you go.
locked.
Wow.
what's up, buddy?
Oh, I screwed up my gear too now. My landing gear. It's halfway deployed.
Oh no!
Well, the right side's about 2/3 open. The left side's 1/3 open, and it's not going anywhere.
Well,
It's
this
called a
last airport
2/3
will be
one-third.
interesting. I think the reason I
Well,
don't
guess I'll
generally
have to
bust
pick
my
where I want to
flaps.
stop, because once I come to a stop, I'm not going anywhere.
Well, you might be landing on your belly.
Well, these are my landing gear. Yeah. Let me see if I can get it.
Don't aircraft usually have
Out of
like a
this.
hand crank, or you can crank your gear down if you need to? Or is that just for like military aircraft?
Yeah, I think you watch too many war movies. Yeah.
Should we call ahead to that airport and have the fire trucks waiting?
Well, if my bandwidth ever comes back up, I tried to upload a picture to it. There it is.
Yeah, I see your picture you just popped into Discord. That don't look too good. Well, they're barely sticking out at all, are they?
Nope, and they're not moving.
What was it? Some kind of overspeed?
Yeah, I didn't think I put my landing gear or retracted my landing gear, so I was at about 180 knots, and I hit the landing gear button, and then I heard a moan, and then it's like, oh shoot, they've already been deployed, so now the red light is stuck on. That says in trans. And
Hey,
they're
I
not
see
going anywhere now.
Adam Knight from Nightfall Productions is in the chat. So, good to see you, buddy. Smooth sailing to you as well. We're on our last leg of the tonight's flight. Should be done in about another maybe 20 minutes.
Where'd you say that manual landing gear retracting thing is here at Laser Bolt?
It's usually right on the ground, but I don't know if these modern aircraft even bother with that. I know the old Warbirds, they always had like a manual crank. If you couldn't get the gear down, you could at least crank it down by hand.
Yeah, there's nothing like that in this plane.
Yeah, he
No.
watches
Oh well,
12,
I guess
12
I'm
o'clock,
gonna be
12 o'clock high.
Well, we just make sure that they've got some fire trucks waiting for you at this last airport. With no flaps and no gear, this is going to be an interesting landing.
It's weird how like you saw the picture where the left side didn't come down quite as much as the right, and then my front wheel is just barely poking through.
Could be doing a wheelie.
Oh, well.
Well, it's going to make it hard to turn too. You know, if you start skidding, you're done.
That's what I say is I'm gonna have to pick where I want to stop and just aim for that spot.
You know what? It might even be better if you just land in the grass, if there is grass.
I want to see sparks fly.
Yeah, let's see some sparks. So I'm going to
All right, well, I'll let
maintain
you guys land first,
170
so
indicated.
I had to just finish her off and open up the door now.
Just jump out.
Well, I turned off the crash detection, but obviously I didn't turn off the aircraft stress causes damage.
Yeah, all I turned off was the straight up crash damage. Like if we run into each other, it won't blow me up or nothing.
Yeah.
Just because, you know, we're in a group flight, that kind of stuff's going to happen, and nobody's ever happy when it happens. Yeah, it's neat to see Adam in here. That's cool. If you guys ever visit his website, it's called Nightfall Productions. It's got some awesome wrestling type stuff going on, which is he's had quite a career doing that. So it's pretty impressive. Go check out some of his wrestling videos. That's something I've never been to live. When I was younger, I used to watch wrestling all the time, but we're talking way back in the day, you know, Junkyard Dog and all that kind of stuff. You know, I was in high school. But yeah, I've never actually been to a live wrestling event. I bet it would be quite a spectacle. I bet you I would enjoy it. So, like I said earlier, there's a very good chance that next week we're going to be flying out of here in the C-130s. So, I want to count on that. You know how much I love that Hercules. So, it might be a Hercules flight. We'll be able to cover some great distance and check out some of this Brazil. Brazil's a big place. We've got a long ways to go. Maybe we will get somewhere near the Amazon, and the week after that we can just goose it. I know so little about this part of the world that I'm not even sure if we're north or south of Rio de Janeiro. That would obviously be a great place to visit, just to see the spectacle of the city, you know. But I don't know if we're even heading in the right direction. We'll find out. I'm guessing it's right on the coast.
I almost had to do a job here once, and but our rep that was in Brazil told me that anywhere we go, they had to have an armed escort with us.
Oh no!
Some of the places they had to go, so it's like, yeah, I'm not going to Brazil.
Yeah, that'd be a little. Yeah, I'm not sure that would be a good idea if that's what you need. But I mean, were they talking like,
Yep.
you know, were they talking like sending you to a big city or like out in the middle of the frickin' the jungle?
No. Well, the places that I would have been going to were smaller, little just towns that are out in the forests all over the place. And they said to get there, the drive there, there's a lot of drug runners and stuff out there so they have to send armed guards with us for protection.
Right, a lot of people out there that don't mess around.
Yep.
Way of life.
Yep.
The one job I wish I'd gotten, would have taken was one of them was on an oil platform out in the Gulf of, well, now what is it, the Gulf of the United States, but the Gulf of Mexico. I was supposed to fly into Texas, and then we're supposed to take a helicopter out to the one of the platforms to do a job out there, but fell through, and I didn't get to go.
Oh, that's too bad. It might have been
I fell
right
through
near
a lot of
Corpus
jobs
Christi.
like that too. Number of them.
Sorry, Coast?
It's partial. Those jobs fall through for a number of reasons, some of which you can't control.
Very true.
Yeah, I think what it was on that one, I think they got their equipment working before they were willing to pay me to come out there and fix it for them.
Yeah, it costs money when equipment is down. But one of the things I used to do a lot of is go out to fix things.
Well, I used to be a field service engineer, and I fixed calibration equipment. And one of them, I had to do what the heck was it? A tugboat that was going down I want to say it was the Ohio River. I know I flew into Iowa, and literally they picked me up at the airport, and they drove straight to where the tugboat pulled off to the side of the river to pick me up. And they didn't wait. I was barely stepping on the boat, and they were already pulling out. They said, yeah, this boat doesn't stop. So I had to do the job. I was on there for about 8 hours. And then when I was done with the job, they just found a place that they could have a car meet me. And they pulled over to the side, threw me off, and kept going.
Sounds a little familiar.
Yeah, hopefully something like that at least pays good, you know? Make it worth it.
It did. Yeah, I had the most splitting headache because I was working down in the engine room on that boat, and by the time I was down there like for 8 hours, I had a freaking splitting headache by the time I got done with that. So I was itching to get off of that boat. But he did get to show me a lot of the cool stuff around there. They had their galley, the refrigerator was just stocked with nothing but steaks and lobster tails. It's like, man,
there
you
you
guys
go.
look good on this boat.
Heck yeah, they eat good. Just a reminder, when we get to November Sierra Mike at Salinopolis, right on the coast of the ocean there, we will be landing on runway 9er. Runway 9er is pretty darn close to straight in, so we'll just come in runway 9er. I think it's a big one, and it's
And how long is
1,600
it?
meters.
It's like 4,000 or 5,000 feet. Okay, I should have enough room to stop this thing.
Hopefully.
Well, why don't you be the one the first in rather than the last in? So you know what I mean.
I don't know. I'd kind of like to see
Oh, you
this.
guys don't want to like all line the runway to watch me?
Yeah, we could always put our planes at the end of the runway to block you from
yeah.
going off.
I definitely want to see this. You can do it.
No, it won't be the first time I landed without my landing gear, but usually it's all the way in and I just usually forget to deploy it.
Right.
And now it's halfway out, and I can't get it to move either way.
It's been a minute since I've done that, but I've certainly done it. It always shocks me that how long it takes to stop without brakes, you know, and it's just like the metal on the asphalt, it just goes forever, man. It just takes forever to slow down. It's like slippery.
Well, tell me if I make sparks.
I'd be amazed if you did. That'd be a nice touch that they added to the game, but I'm willing to check it out.
I'm gonna get this thing down to almost stall speed before I hit. See if I can
Yeah.
stall it at the beginning of the runway.
Right, the best you can do is get real close to the runway and then stall. That's the best landing ever. At least what you can hope for. I have a feeling it's going to be dark for me when I get there. It's already, my sunset colors are gone and it's just starting to turn gray. All of the lights are on down below. It might be dark.
I took a picture of your landing gear.
Oh, nice pick. Well, you're so close to him. Why don't you reach out there and pull him down?
I went in drone mode and went down there and got as close to it as I could.
And you didn't fix it while you were out there?
With a drone?
That's like a spacewalk.
Yeah, he wants to see you land this thing.
Yeah, it's. I'm looking forward to the landing. Why do I try to correct the situation?
Let's see, no flaps, no landing gear. This is gonna be fun.
You guys ever see that video
Should I
of...
dump my fuel first?
Did you guys ever see the... Actually, you probably should if you were doing it right. But you ever seen the
what,
video
the
of that... there's an airplane coming into some airport. I think it was maybe a Twin Baron. And the landing gear didn't come down, or at least one of them didn't. I think it might have been the front gear. And they got a guy in a truck drove out onto the tarmac there, onto the runway.
Oh, they flew under it.
Yeah, and as the airplane was coming in, the pickup truck kind of kept pace with it, and the landing gear that was missing, they just used the truck. You know what I'm saying? The front of the truck just kind of landed in the bed of the front of the airplane landed in the bed of the truck, and they stopped it that way. It was amazing. It was like, man, this looks like something out of a movie, but it was real. You know, that was good thinking.
I've seen that video.
Yeah, it's kind of an old one too. It's been around. But I thought, man, oh man, that's pretty heroic. You know, the guy who had that idea. I'm gonna hop in this truck and I'm just gonna freaking save the day, and he saved the day, all right. Well, we're getting somewhat close already. I can see the ocean from here. I believe we're about 19 miles out. Let's see, if we're landing on runway 9er, I'm going to go ahead and jog out to the left. Not much, just a few degrees, and that'll help us get lined up. I'm going to bring this bird down to 3,000. Actually, now that I've got my night lights going on, I might see this runway quite a ways away if it's all lit up. As a matter of fact, I think I can see it already, or at least where it's going to be. It's going to be right there. Laser Bolt has runway in sight at 11 miles. I don't know if you can see that freeway, but I can only see the freeway because it's a string of lights. But it's just on the other side of that freeway.
I'm about 3 miles behind you. I'm just now catching the sign for the airport.
There doesn't appear to be too many bridges around here. But, there's kind of a glitchy looking thing in the water. I don't think it's a bridge. Must be hard to get on the other side of this thing. You gotta go way far away. There's a big old body of water here. There's probably ferries and stuff all over the place.
Yeah, the tooth fairy.
So taking tooth over the river, huh?
Probably cheaper than a bridge. Oh, it's getting foggy here.
Laser Bolt is
Sun's
on
almost
5 mile
set.
final, runway 9er. This runway's not lit very good, if at all. It's not lit at all. It's getting dark here. Alrighty, I'm going to taxi all the way down to the end over here. Looks like there's a facility. And watch the fireworks. Well, that worked out all right. We didn't go too much past our normal flight time here of 2 hours. I think we're about 13 minutes late getting to the last airport. Not bad at all.
Longhorn, this is a long runway, so
It is.
when you start the show, maybe you can go halfway down the runway so we can see.
When the show starts. I would be very impressed if there were sparks or any kind of effect at all, but it'd be neat. And he's down.
Oh, it's making all kinds of crunching sounds.
Yeah, the airplane
It's
probably
not
don't like
pretty quick
that.
without brake.
Here comes Captain Crunch.
Let me see if this thing has the power to move me.
Oh, you came to a nice stop. All right.
Oh, it's moving.
Excellent.
Cool,
Got
I
any
can
steering?
taxi down there. No. Good thing I landed straight.
Yeah, no kidding. Well, all right. Another safe landing.
Be on time if he didn't mess up his run.
Good thing this thing has powerful motors.
I was wondering if you could land upside down and make it even more spectacular.
Yeah. And I'm safely here. Hop out and check the damage. It's
Yeah.
still trying to move my flaps. I keep hearing the moaning noise.
Excellent job with no flaps and no gear.
Well, this view, actually, my right flap did deploy. Let's see. Yeah, that came down a little bit on the flaps. Wonder if I jiggled it loose. No, they're both down. The landing gear never came out.
Yeah, I don't see your gear down at all. I see the little door hatch open, but the gear aren't down. And the one on the right is down further than the one on the left. You don't have nose gear at all.
Yeah, the nose gear never came out at all. The door's open, but the wheel didn't come down.
Yeah, exactly. Right on. It's amazing you still have props.
Yeah, they're hitting the ground. I guess there's
Yeah, when I'm looking in your cockpit, I can see the purple screen that you were talking about earlier. I think that only appears for other people's aircraft. Like your purple, your GPS
worried
screen
about that.
and your avionics panel, it's all purple.
Yeah, that's what everybody's looked like that I saw from the outside too, which is dumb. I mean, they could model them.
Well, at least mine's displaying correctly because I turned it off.
And just in time, because this runway didn't have any lights, did it? All right.
Well, everybody.
For the scrapyard.
Everybody, I am going to go ahead and end the stream here, but thanks for watching and thanks for flying with me, and we'll do this again next week. Like I said, if anybody ever wants to join us, please do. Don't hesitate. We just have a good time, take it easy around here, and all the information that you're going to need is in the description of the video down below. And a good way to join us is to get Game Pass. Game Pass has this game for free, and you can't beat that. So hopefully we'll get you to join us one of these days, and we'll see you guys soon. Bye now.